Welcome. In front of me is a REALME C25Y, and today I will go over unboxing along with a quick overview of this phone. Now I'll honestly start off right from the get-go and basically let you know that if you're planning to pick this device up, don't. Based on just like a quick glance at the spec sheet right here, I don't think it's worth the money. But anyway, I'll just jump straight to it. I will basically go over all the specs and just kind of say why I don't think it's worth that much, which apparently it's selling for about $200, which is about $50 more than this, and they're almost equivalent to each other, making the upgrade to this one kind of questionable. Obviously it's going to be a little bit better, but the benefits right here of the betterness are not worth it. At least not a $50 price bump. So anyway, just gonna pop it open. There we go. Rip that off. There we go. So, and here we get nothing, just paperwork. So leave that to the side. Then we get the phone itself right here. A piece of cardboard. A better charger, although better meaning it's, what is it? Yeah, 18 watts max. So it's far from decent, though still better than what Samsung includes or Apple with their devices. And we get a charger cable. And I'm already disappointed. So this is a $200 device. Just like just like this one, that is $50 less. This garbage comes with a micro USB in 2021. So my disappointment and basically criticism of this device is already at all-time high, just because of that inclusion of this outdated port on a device that came out this year. Why the F? So anyway, let's turn it on and continue the absolute joke as to price range of this device. The reason why I'm critical, because $200 technically is a cheap device, but $200 and you get a Xiaomi which comes with a Type C. $100 and you get a Xiaomi that comes with a Type C port. Why can't this? What? Did you order too many micro USBs in like 1999? So yeah, let's just wait for this to turn on, which might take a bit. It's running some Unisoc T610, and judging from this device, it wasn't necessarily the fastest thing. And I believe pretty sure it was the same processor. So yeah, go figure. So anyway, let's start with the display. It's a 6.5-inch display with a resolution of 720 by 1600. At this price range, I would have been more keen to start to expect a 1080p resolution. I don't think the bump up would cost more than $1 probably at a mass production, so not sure why it's at this resolution, but anyway. It's a IPS LCD display with a typical brightness of 420. Nice. And it has an 81.6% screen to body ratio with a 270 pixels per inch, so a little bit lacking. We are running Android 11 with the Realme UI on here, and finally finished up the setup, so I'm gonna quickly go. You can obviously see right off the bat we do have a hideous little chin at the bottom, making this feel a little bit already outdated, even for a budget device. At $200 range, I would have already expected a little bit better than that thing here. So I'll just finish this off. Now while I'm going through it, I'm gonna quickly also touch upon cameras that are at the back and front. So let's flip it over, and as you can see we have a triple camera setup. Now one of these is a flash, that's why it looks like 4, But we have a 50 megapixel wide sensor, we get a 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth. And just like this garbage, it comes with this mistake, including sticker cameras. So in theory, we only have a 50 megapixel wide sensor. Do not use wide or macro or depth camera. The depth camera is used by portrait modes and will make the photo come just trash and unusable, while macro is just a laughable term for every trash brand that tries to basically bump up their camera count by adding macro and depth. And I'll give you a comparison. Just putting that out there. Right now, this device, it is a fairly outdated device. It's a Mate 20 Pro. Costs equivalent of this phone right here, though this will be used and this is new. But bear with me because this will be hilarious when it comes down to cameras. So let's open up our camera. And obviously, performance-wise, Mate 20 Pro will be faster than this, whatever the heck that is. So I don't recommend buying a device like that. Oh, and additional benefit. It actually comes with a Type C instead of a micro USB and has a way better charger in the box, along with faster charging and I believe also a bigger battery size, though this might be a stretch. I don't exactly remember if I had over 5,000. It might be a little bit less. But yeah, let's, I'm not even gonna try to go to 50 megapixel. I'm just gonna jump straight to the macro right here, bam. Just to kind of go through the worst of it. So this is as close as I can get to the plant. There we go. So let's look at our amazing macro shot. Ooh, there we go. That's it. That's the glorious 2 megapixel macro. Now I do have taken a photo of this plant in the same lighting conditions literally like 10 or 20 minutes ago for a different phone, and this is how it came out. Mind you that technically those phones right now are basically on the same kind of price range, and if you're willing to, you can probably go for this one and get a really good device for 200 bucks. Although it's used, it still will outperform this in every single way. So here we go. Oh, I just zoomed in a little bit. This is not even max zoom. You can see some kind of single strand right here in almost full focus. You can see literally like the structure of this plant along with minute imperfections like these black dots right here. You can't even see those little dots right here in any kind of way. This looks like a blurry green something. So yeah, take your pick. And obviously this will also extend to normal photos along with performance and the display itself. So like I said, this device I don't really recommend it. But anyway, moving further, we have 4 gigabytes of RAM on here, and we have 2 different storage options. We have 64 and 128, and I believe they are also expandable using SD cards, so you can get a little bit more. Yep, we do. We have dual SIM card along with an SD card tray, so we can expand it past the 64 or 128. And lastly, like I mentioned before, 5000 mAh battery, 18 watts charging, rear mounted fingerprint sensor, and that's basically all the notable things. Oh, we also have a headphone jack. So yeah, for the price that this costs, which is roughly about 200 bucks, I highly recommend to stay away from this and just look for anything different. If you're planning to buy a new device, look for something like a Xiaomi. They do make decent budget devices that will outperform this one. And if you don't mind looking in a used market, then I would highly recommend going there and looking for some used phones as well. Something like, for instance, probably a Samsung S9 will probably be around the same price. Obviously, this is what I'm using still as a daily driver, and it's been serving me really good. And if you don't mind the fact that this is kind of already a decently dated device that came out about 2 years ago, it will still perform really well for any user that is looking for a budget device. This is under budget price at this point on a used market, and it has basically premium features all around. Wireless charging, AMOLED display, curved display under the fingerprint sensor, decent cameras, fairly okay performance at this time, though it's going to be basically outperformed by majority of the devices nowadays, but still it runs well quick. It doesn't have any kind of high refresh rate, but still, if you don't mind, go for some old flagship device, which will serve you way better than any kind of budget trash like this. So that being said, if you found this video helpful, informative in any way, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.